I want to talk about the introduction. Introductions are super important in essays because they create context for everything you're going to say. When I ask students what goes in an introduction, they always tell me, well, the topic and the direction for the essay. You also want to have some background information. So you want to capture the audience's attention, let them know what you're going to write about, provide some background information on that, show that it matters, and then have a thesis that says, here's my claim, here's what the rest of this essay is going to be about. That's basically what I gave you in those 5 numbered things on the side, except for that's a little more specific to the kind of essay we're writing about. An opening statement that shows how your focused topic, how it's going to connect to an ongoing academic discussion, um, transition to introduction of the text you're going to analyze, concise, relevant summary of the text, showing why it matters, and a thesis that's going to make a claim as to how this essay is persuasive or not. Here is my introduction for an E. Shelley Reid paragraph. You'll notice I have a title that's engaging, that hints at what's to come: laundry baskets and mind readers, simplifying writing for college students. I've highlighted so you can see what I'm doing. So the yellow is that hook. That's the opening that lets readers know the direction. Never just start by introducing the text. So I start like this. More than 1 million first-year college students walk into college writing classes every year, and most of them dread the experience. For these students, writing is not fun, and it hasn't been since they were in elementary school. So boom, creates context for my introduction of E. Shelley Reid's article. I then need to transition into it. And so you'll see how the yellow part connects to the green part. English professor E. Shelley Reid reaches out to these students in her article, 10 Ways to Think About Writing, published in Writing Spaces 2011. And this is just a transitional statement. Notice I provide E. Shelley Reid's credibility or her authority to speak on the topic. She is an English professor. I give the title of the text in quotation marks, and then I indicate where this article was originally published, Writing Spaces, and I add the date. Next, I want to create a concise, short to the point summary of the text. And that includes the argument and the author's purpose and who the audience is. Reid responds to the frustration of these students and argues that successful writing focuses on a few key principles instead of thousands of rules. Topic: argument. She supports her claim by, and this is just an overview, I'm not naming lots of claims or citing all her evidence. She supports her claim by acknowledging that writing is still difficult for her, empathizing with student concerns, and providing whimsical metaphors to help writers connect to their readers. If you think back to E. Shelley Reid, you see, oh, I've got verbs. I'm using verbs to show what she's doing in the text instead of repeating what she's saying. Her purpose is to simplify the rules of writing in order to help students focus on the most important parts of their writing. She adopts a conversational and empathetic tone for first-year college students who are concerned about their writing. It's a short summary. It's 5 sentences. If you've learned how to do a rhetorical précis, you might notice elements of that in this summary, but you don't need to know how to do a rhetorical précis in order to have a concise summary focused on what an author is doing, the author's purpose, the author's argument, and who the audience is. In an essay, in fact, in the essay that's on Canvas, that is the sample essay here, this thesis would be in the same paragraph as the rest of the introduction. But I wanted to make it stand out. Notice I'm going to say what I'm going to focus on in the analysis, and I'm going to make a claim about how it's persuasive. So, Reed's in-depth understanding of student assumptions about writing combined with description and examples. These are the strategies I'm analyzing. And appeals to ethos and logos. Those are the appeals I'm going to focus on in my analysis of the strategies she uses. Effectively allow her to persuade her audience to rethink the way they approach writing. And I'm making a claim that this is a persuasive argument. It's a complicated thesis because it's doing a lot of things. I'm going to say, here's what you can expect to see. You can expect me to analyze student assumptions, description, examples, as well as appeals to ethos and logos. And here's my conclusion, my evaluation of the text. Because ultimately you're evaluating how effective is the author's argument. That's the end of this video.